Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we're going to do a stock talk. Okay, we're going to do a stock talk. I'm going to be talking about different variants of stocks, about 15 to 20 minutes, so you can stay with me. Hopefully, you get some great information that is going to help your stock portfolio. Now, the main talk we're going to talk about is Tesla as well as Amazon, and we're going to talk about gold and silver. Okay, gold and silver. So, right off the bat, let's get started, because I don't want to ramble too long here. But I believe it's important to invest in Tesla right now, today. Well, let me take that back. It's not important to invest in Tesla right now, today. You may want to wait until the end of the month, and I'm going to tell you why. So I came across a story on Robinhood, and I believe that is imperative for you to know. Okay, it's very imperative for you to know. And if you don't see what I'm talking about here, this is very, very important. So like any time else, I'm just going to read just a little bit to you so you understand what I'm talking about. First and foremost, Tesla stock is splitting 5 for 1. 5 for 1. This is what happens to options. Now, granted, I'm going to read just a little bit of this. And the reason why I say it's good to invest in Tesla right now, then again, it's bad to invest in Tesla right now. It's a huge contradiction. I understand that. But what I'm getting at is the Tesla stock is going to continue to rise until, and I'm going to get to that, till the end of the month, because they're doing a 5-1 split with their stock. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this for you. Tesla is splitting its stock 5 for 1. News sent shares up pre-market trading Wednesday, but what happened to the company's stock options? The short answer is nothing. Option contracts adjust when things such as stock splits happen. There is no risk to call option holders and no windfall profit for put option owners. A call option is the right to buy stock for a fixed price. The right to buy a Tesla stock for $13.70 on September 18th, for instance, costs about $118 or about 8% of the current stock price. But the Tesla stock will be trading for roughly $300. Listen, Tesla stock will be trading for roughly $300 a share at the end of August, when the 5 for 1 stock split becomes effective, so an adjustment is made to rectify disparity. The same kind of situation goes for put options. A put option is the right to sell at a stock at a fixed price. The right to sell Tesla stock for $13.70 on September 8th costs about $117 currently. That would be an amazing deal without a split adjustment. Okay, I'm going to jump down a little bit. Consider that shares of the electric vehicle manufacturer have ranged for about $350 to $1,800 over the past 6 months. That's a lot of volatility, but a lot of gains and growth. There are a lot of options that were worth something significant over the span. For comparison, options on 3M stock, Triple M, will cost traders only about 2 to 3% of the underlying stock price. 3M shares just don't move like Tesla stock. What's more, no one expects that to change in the near future. Okay, let's move just a little bit. If Tesla holder sells a right for someone else to buy their stock at, say, $1,500, the option seller receives about $66 based on current option prices. Now, I know this is heavily covering options, but remember when Apple split their stock, it was a slight decline. And see, this is where investors and traders, and the reason why I say investors and traders are people who, I believe, when people say, are you a trader? I'm like, no, I'm more of an investor. And they're like, well, it's a play on words, right? Because when I buy stocks, that's a trade. But traders, I feel like they trade throughout the day, throughout the week. I'm an investor where I may buy things and I hold it for a very long time, because you are investing in something. Like a relationship, you want to put time in that relationship, work in that relationship so it lasts, right? Where a trader, they're looking for the best trade here and there. I know, a play on words, I got it. But nonetheless, right now could be a perfect time for you to invest in Tesla. And then when they do the 5-to-1 split, for you to sell a little bit of your shares, wait till it dip, and then buy some back. Okay, so look at the end of the month, where the Tesla stock may go down anywhere from 2 to even 10% because of the split, but it will go back up. I'm telling you right now, Tesla is on a trajectory of getting $2,000 a share. So I'm not saying don't invest in Tesla. I'm saying this is a prime time for you to invest in Tesla on the dip, okay, on the dive, because that will happen. Now, just for some, you know, I guess entertaining information. So yesterday I lost around $700. I know. Shouldn't be telling you guys that. I should only be telling you the good things, but I'm not that type of guy. I tell you the good stories and I tell you the bad stories, okay? So let's see yesterday, okay? I'm going to go to my week and let's go down here. I believe this was yesterday. I really did horrible in the past 24 months. I must have came back in the aftermarket because if you can tell right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can blow this up. See if you can see that. I was down $549. And that was this morning actually. But last night I saw it drop all the way down to around 700. That's what I was trying to find. But it must have rebounded on me. But nonetheless, that's how much I've lost in the past 24 hours. And it's because I put a lot of risky options into play because, again, options, whether they're short-term and high potential for gains, which is more riskier, or long-term, like my plug one that I bought at 10, that one's even down at 22%. But it all is based on the stock price of that, the stock price of Plug. So Plug, if anybody doesn't know, is an energy company that unfortunately yesterday took a dive itself. Look at that right there. So I was making really good money because my option was at $10. I bought the option at $10. So right here, as you can tell, on August 10th, it was at $12, down a little bit, and then last night, and then yesterday, again, let me go back up. So 240, it dropped down to 11, but nonetheless, it went straight down to $10. So that killed my portfolio, okay? That killed my gains tremendously because it's at 10. So I lost a little bit of money there. So let me go back to my portfolio. And let's see, because I bought another option at 12 and a half, and that's down 55%. And then I bought Delta Airlines yesterday because the airlines are doing very, very well. And this is a biased buy. I'm not gonna lie. You should never do a biased buy. I'm showing you the good things I do and the bad things I do. Okay. A biased buy is be like, oh, I'm gonna invest in Delta Airlines because I like Delta Airlines. Okay. And the reason why I like Delta Airlines and Alaska Airlines, because if you ever been on those planes, I just hate American. I hate when I have to go somewhere and I have to fly American, especially during these times right now, because guess what? American Airlines is not doing social distancing. They're filling up every seat, okay? Where the last time I flew, which was a couple of months ago, when the coronavirus first hit, Delta and Alaska Airlines, they was practicing social distancing. Either you was the only one on the row, or there was, you skip a seat, which you'll feel a lot more safer and no one was in the middle seat. So I don't know what they're doing right now, but I know people are still complaining about American because they're packing their planes trying to get their profits back. I do blame them. I do blame them because it's a whole pandemic and yeah, but they're trying to get their money back. Anyway, so that is why my portfolio has taken a tank. You can just see over here on the side. I was up, let me see, where was I? I was all the way up to around 64,000 at 6,400 yesterday. But yeah, my options really killed me. But these options, I have 4 options that expire on Friday. So I'm going to wait it out. At this point, I just need to wait it out because I am totally down in the market when it comes to my options. Could rebound. So what else is important right now? Amazon is thinking about going into malls and building small distribution centers or small grocery store, maybe a Whole Foods Go or something like that. I really don't know, but that is what Amazon is actually trying to do. Like they were looking at a lot of places where Sears and JCPenney's, where they're going out of business. Amazon is trying to get distribution centers closer to their customers so they can deliver even faster. That 2-day prime or that 1-day prime they're trying to really move to. So that's something to look for. So Amazon stock is going to continue to grow, and I believe you should invest in that too. And the great thing about investing, the great thing about companies like Robinhood, WeBull, M1 Finance, and Stash, that you can invest in these companies in fractions and still make tons of money. You're like, I would love to buy Amazon at $2,000, but I only have $100 that I really can invest with. You can invest that $100 freely. You can invest that $100 freely with WeBull and also Robinhood. And I have those links in the description of this video, and you can use those links. And guess what? They'll also give you a free stock. So that's really good to know. Now, let me show you about gold. Let me show you about gold, because I believe gold, you should be investing in gold right now, right before they give us this second stimulus payment. Now, unfortunately, we have to wait until Congress comes back from their recess of a month long-term recess and then negotiate and debate again. But I believe there's a second stimulus coming, because I do stimulus updates as well, guys. I believe there's a second stimulus update coming where we're going to actually get paid a second stimulus check. Now, why is that important to buy gold right before that happens? Okay, right before that happens, because we understand that in, was it 1971, that Nixon changed the backing of the dollar from gold to debt. So anytime that the dollar is losing its value, and it's losing this value because the Federal Reserve is printing more money, making the dollars less worthiness because of debt and also gold. So here's some real gold. Here's 1 ounce of gold. Okay, if you guys never seen gold, and on side of the gold it says Liberty. Okay, not for me, but anyway, what else? It has some other stuff on here. Eagle. I'll just let you take a look at that really quickly. See if that can focus in for you. So that's 1 ounce of gold. That's where the dollar was actually backed. It was backed by gold. Okay, so gold rose up to a little bit over $2,000. Now I bought this 1 ounce of gold for $1,500. Now gold is back down to 1,900 and something. Okay. Now, granted, I bought this silver. Now I have different types of silver. I have Canadian silver, I have American silver, and this is Aztecian 1 troy ounce silver. So, and this is very, very beautiful. Okay, that's 1 ounce of silver. Look at the back. I absolutely love that design. Why is it important to invest in precious metals? Okay, because the dollar is no longer backed by gold. It's no longer backed by gold. Now, we understand how this all started, right? Because back in the day, they used to take coins. Most currency really started off with silver. A lot of people don't know that before they found gold, okay? They found gold was more valuable and more rare than silver. So they used to occur around silver. And then gold came into the picture, and gold was automatically worth a lot more. But people were still taking silver as well. So they started saying, well, we need something that we can carry around that's not so heavy, because people used to carry around those coin bags, right? So that is when they start coming up with paper money, because it was easier to carry, okay? Because this is nothing if it's not backed by something. Now this is backed by debt, and debt is backed by paperwork. So now paper is backed by paper. That's why you'll see a lot of old school investors say, hey, buy gold and silver. Now, granted, anytime that the Federal Reserve prints more money, guess who it helps out? It helps out the emerging markets like Brazil and Korea. It helps them for their money to even grow, because we're printing more money, not paying off more debt, and we're not backed by real metals anymore, more precious metals anymore. So it's very pertinent that you invest in precious metals. Now, some of you are like, I don't really know about that. See, if I were to ask you, now, if I ask somebody on the street, and this is where your investor intelligence come into play. This is where you have to put on, so to speak, futuristically, I don't even have a term for it yet. I have to come up with something snazzy. But anyway, if I walk to you on the street, I say, hey, do you want the $100 or do you want the gold? They say, well, I don't really know if that's gold, so I'm going to take the $100. That's probably your first thing. Second thing is, well, I need $100 now So I don't have time to go and find where I can exchange this gold for how much they're going to give it to me for, even though that this coin right now is worth $1,900. You'll rather take the $100 because you can spend it. But guess what? Guess what you didn't have before I came to you? You didn't have this nor this. See, some people want the get quick rich schemes or the ways and methods, but the way to go is long-term investing in gold. And what do I do with this gold? You just save it. Now, even you need it, because listen, if I ever do so many moves and buying gold and silver, buying properties, or investing, and I lose a lot of my money, guess what I'm still going to have to take to the bank? Gold and silver, and it's still going to be worth something, okay? Because one thing I know, no house burning down is going to melt down gold and silver. It has to be thousands of degrees hot, but your money is going to be burnt up. So I believe it's important to invest in gold and silver. And the time, right when the Democrats and Republicans, the Congress comes back, I believe it's important for you to start investing. They start talking about stimulus payments again, because the Federal Reserve had to print more money, and we're printing out of debt. And anytime we print out of debt, again, our money value decreases while the emerging market money is increasing. Now, my son, he's a Forex trader. So, of course, I'm going to give him the tip of invest in the dollar going down in value at the end of the month, at the beginning of September. Okay. And also invest in emerging markets like Brazil, the Brazilian real and the Korean won. So if you're a Forex trader, this is something actually to look at, because when we do stimulus payments where the economy is not receiving money from consumers from regular work payments, and they're going into the tax reserve to pay us out of the tax reserve that is for the economy and the infrastructure of our country, then the value of the dollar goes down. So understanding just a little bit of that, you will understand how important it is to invest in silver and gold. Now, granted, the bang for your buck is gold. You're going to buy less gold, but it's going to be worth more. Now, granted, I bought this 1 ounce of silver. Okay, I bought this 1 ounce of silver for $17. And last time I checked, it was worth $23. Now, because of that, I'm pretty sure that silver went down. I'm going to look at the price of gold and silver, but I'm pretty sure that it went down. Well, we're going to look at it here. Oh, I think it went up. Let's look at this really quickly. Okay, let's see here. All right, so currently gold is at 1937 and silver is at 25.74. So just think, if I bought this at $17, ladies and gentlemen, I'm already up $8 essentially. Okay, but again, gold was around 2000. Now, granted, I know you got platinum and palladium here, but the main two markets when it comes to precious metals is gold and silver. Let me see if I can find another story for you guys that's going to help us out. Let's see what they say here. Maybe they have a better interface. All right, again, we have gold at 1937. We'll blow this up. 1937, and it's up. But look for gold to dwindle here in the next week or two. Go back down probably to $1,800. Don't quote me, but that's what a lot of investors are saying. But soon as they give us that second stimulus payment, gold is going to shoot back up again. Okay, gold and silver is going to shoot back up again. Now, palladium is up $59 at 3%. Now, you see, the reason why I personally like silver over gold. Now, granted, a lot of my buddies invest in gold, and I do too, but not in the same quantity, okay? Not in the same quantity, because I feel like, yeah, you buy this at $1,500, you may gain $500, but I'm just believing in the next 5 to 10 years, okay, long-term investing, I know that silver is going to go well up, it's going to go up to $50. And if you buy this even now at $25 an ounce, because this one coin I bought for $17, okay? So just think about back in the old days when they're like, hey, do you have any coin on you? Anyway, you get what I'm getting at. But anyway, let's look into the many uses of silver. Okay, I'm looking to the many uses of silver and then I'm gonna be done. Now, like I told you about Amazon, we already call it Amazon, but let's get into the many uses of silver and we'll be done. I said money, look at me. Many uses of silver. So it says, quite frankly here, ladies and gentlemen, it says it is used for jewelry and silver Tupperware where prints of, say, medical uses for silver. And that's what's important. I'm going to get right through this very quickly. It says silver is added to some bandages for its antimicrobial effect. The medical uses of silver include its use in wound dressing, creams, and as an antibiotic coating on medical devices. Wound dressings containing silver or silver nanomaterials may be used on external functions. Now, there's many other uses of silver, okay? It says silver is a well-documented antimicrobial that has been shown to kill bacteria, fungi, and certain viruses. It is a positively charged silver ions, Ag+, that possesses the antimicrobial effect. So, is silver used in hospitals? In hospitals today, silver is used in bandages to treat burn victims, destroy pathogens, microbes, and catheters, and combat dangerous superbugs that have grown resistant to traditional antibiotic drugs. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This was your stock talk for today. I didn't do a stock review. I want to give you guys a variety of information of where your mind should be heading. So, guys, listen to what I'm saying. We have to long-term invest. Some things are short-term invest, but nonetheless, you have to invest. That is how you increase your portfolio. That is how you increase your revenue, and that is how you secure your future for you and also your family. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And good morning to you, Nolan Baptiste. I'm out.